Hi, Genki Call here with your campaign tasks and events for the week of May 16th, 2022. We are in Sin of Mirage this week, and I will go over troops you can get with your event keys in a moment. First, let's go over the campaign tasks, which are: for gold, get 66 red kills and use a Sin of Mirage team for 22 wins. For silver, complete 3 delves at level 90 plus, use a vault key to kill 3 treasure gnomes, explore Sin of Mirage 3 times at difficulty 8 plus, and match 300 red gems in battle. For bronze, we have earn 80 souls in battle, use Meteor Banner for 4 wins, open 2 event chests, get 9 demon kills, win 3 dungeon battles, that's just one day, so yay for that. Complete 1 treasure hunt with 60 plus turns, kill the Queen of Sin 1 time. You can find her in mythic boss battles at Sin of Mirage or in PvP. Try to remember to put my Queen of Sin in there for you folks. Craft 1 red summoning stone, use the Doomsayer class for 4 wins, and use a tome weapon for 4 wins. Many thanks to Hawks and Gary for putting this together every week. It is so very appreciated. It's so helpful. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So, before we go over the Cinemirage troops, let's do the events because I always forget to go over this. So this week, demons get plus 10% to their skills, and constructs also get plus 10% to their skills. So if they're a demon construct, then they get a 20% bonus to their skills for this week. And then if you take the new troop, the War Machine, into Explorer, for every battle you'll get an extra 40 souls. So that can be really, really nice if you need to soul farm. All right, with your event keys this week, you will be able to get, let's sort by base rarity. We've got the Queen of Sin, which is, pretty meh as far as mythics go. She does true damage to the first 2 enemies and then summons and blesses all demon allies. And enemies lose 4 from a random skill point when an ally casts a spell. So she's pretty meh. She's pretty epic looking, but she doesn't do a whole lot. The Scourge of Honor, on the other hand, does true damage to all enemies, plus for every cursed and diseased enemy, which he does on match 4s, he'll get an extra 2 mana back. So this can be really, really nice. I love using this guy in quick delves. It's just super effective, and I love that we get back a bunch of mana that helps you cast repeatedly. So love the Scourge of Honor. Personally think he's worth going for with your event keys. Of course, that is entirely up to you. Then we have Despond, which is rather new. Deal damage to an enemy equal to their attack. Now, I have mentioned in previous videos that using this with Fairy Fire on really high level delves or events can be very effective because, they've got a 250 attack plus an extra 50% from the Fairy Fire. It's going to do a ton of damage, and it does damage to the entire team, regardless of whether or not they are submerged. So if you hit the bottom, as long as you can hit the bottom troop, you hit the bottom troop and it hits everything above that. Yes. And then it also summons if you have a free spot. And drain 3 mana from a random enemy when matching 4 plus gems. And explode a blue gem at the start of battle. So, and impervious. I actually really like this troop, and I would like to use him more. And yeah, I want to put a video out on this guy, but that is not the point right now. We have Lust, whom I absolutely hate fighting, especially if you have 2 of them on your PvP team. I curse you every time I see your team. And the reason isn't because of her spell, although I hate being charmed. It's because she charms a random enemy when one of the allies dies. So people put her on a team with something that will instantly die, like a firebomb, and she charms. And then if you kill something else on the team, she charms again. And every time she charms, she's making you attack your own troops, and I hate that. So I never use her because I detest her, but you will not be able to get the Sin of Mirage, Depths of Sin troops, Depths of Sin troops, that is where we're going tomorrow for the faction assault. The Depths of Sin troops are Tartarus, and let me see, Ironjaw, the Infernal Machine, and the last one is the Demi Naga. These four troops are only available with your Chaos Shards at Depths of Sin in the Underworld, bottom left of the map. Alrighty, so Despond summons an Abject of Despond, which destroys all gems of the most used enemy color, which is great if it's your most used. Then eliminates 3 magic from all enemies, and if Despond is on the team, eliminate 3 more magic. I haven't really tried using this thing yet. I think in certain situations it could be useful, but just in general, I think the art looks cool and that's about it. Anyway, I do really love Wrath. Wrath is part of my favorite Gems of War game, the Skull Waterfall team, created by D-Rock. I love it. And what I love about it is explode 2 random gems when I deal skull damage. I'll put a link to the Boom Max Fun team video that I made at the end of this video, so there will be a clickable little thumbnail for you back there. But you've got this explode 2 random gems when I deal skull damage. So you have him at the front of your team. Then you've got the Possessed King on your team. You've got a class with Lightning Strike, or you have Tidecaller equipped that has something like Lightning Strike. And then you have Scylla, who calls up a Bone Storm on match 4s. And that stuff just cascades over and over again, wipes out the entire enemy team. I love it so much. And that's why I like this team or this troop for that specific team. Ha! And he's a double mana converter with skulls, and he enrages all allies and burns all enemies, so I like this troop a lot. I only tend to use him on that one team, but he's super fun on that one team. Barghest hits 2 enemies. Yep, an enemy and the enemy below, if there is one, and then burns and fairy fires them both. So the fairy fire, as I mentioned before, makes spells do an extra 50% damage, which is always nice. Not super effective in the grand scheme of things with all of the amazing troops we have nowadays, but I do like the fairy fire with it. And he does explode a red gem at the beginning of battle, which is also nice. That's about that. Broker of Greed. I never use this guy. Yeah, because you lose all your gold when you use it, when you use him. But it's funny, you gain bonus gold by using him, but you lose it all if you cast with him. So I never use this guy. This is our God Slayer for Cinemirage, so he's going to do 3 to 5 times damage to bosses, and that includes not just Raid Boss, not just Zul'Goth, that is also Hatir Ascendant, and Scroll Reborn and Enraged Kurandara. Anything with a red border, including the ones in the dungeon, this thing will do 3 to 5 times damage. This guy's one of the old glory troops. I don't like this transform. I hate fighting wraiths because they will death mark on when they do skull damage. However, last I checked, when it does the transform, they don't have the traits, so it doesn't matter if they get transformed into a wraith. Ha ha ha! That I do like. War Machine is our new troop of the week. This is our new glory team. I'm just going to go ahead and get him traded while we're here. He does double skull damage versus divine, explodes a skull at the start of battle, and reduces damage from skulls by 50%. So he'll be good to have at the front of the team, especially since he does that double skull damage versus divine. As for the spell, hold on. No, I'm not going to do that yet because I want to get him to level 20. As for the spell, he does damage to an enemy boosted by skulls with a 3-to-1 ratio. So if there are 3 skulls on the board, he'll do an extra 1 damage. And then if the enemy is divine, deal triple damage. So this could be good to run in White Helm with a skull spamming team, perhaps. We'll have to see. You know, sometimes things look amazing on paper and then they don't work out, and then other times they're much better than you would think. So we have two troops here that I hate fighting because they both devour. We've got the Gluttma that has a 25% chance to devour, and then the Gluttony who also has a 20% chance to devour. It seems like that hits a lot more often when the AI is running it. Made of Envy, Greed is one you definitely want to have. This is part of the meta Ironhawk team or double meta Ironhawk team, perhaps. This is really good for gold farming specifically, but you can run this instead of Sister Superior with Ironhawk, or if you just want some extra gold with the Ironhawk Quick Explorer team, then you can use Greed instead. It is empowered and starts battle with full mana, and you get a bunch of gold. So that is a very nice one to have. Soldier of Wrath is one of the bounty troops that I used occasionally because he does true damage. And then Sloth, whom I hate fighting in arena, but otherwise is, pretty okay. He drains mana from all allies and enemies. I've never actually seen anybody use this outside of arena, but, he could be useful on the right team. And I'll have to see if I can come up with something to make him work. But at this point, I'm not going to think about that right. Ha ha ha! I'm up another power level in Cinemirage because I traded that troop. Yay! That's awesome. All right, so this I will need another troop up to level 20. I will have that as soon as I go to the shop, and this is why I get my glory troops to level 20 every week, because of this exact reason. I won't be able to get another one until another Cinemirage troop releases, but that's because I've been doing this all along. So let's head into the shop, as a matter of fact, and let's do that. So resources first. You want to go into resources, the left-hand column or clickable here, Spoils of War. Get all 10 of these if you can. It's a fantastic deal for event keys. So, boop. Every event key is a chance at a mythic. So, on the weekly event, this is where you need to go to get the glory troop. We've got the war machine, and I already went over what he does. And as I said, I'm going to get enough of him to get him up to mythic, just like that, so that I bought one already before we started. But now I'll have another level 20 troop as soon as I level him up. Yay! And plus I got all of these other trait stones and gold and glory keys. It's just, I love those arcanes and those minor trait stones. They're so very useful when you're lower level. So as soon as you can start getting multiples of these, I highly recommend it, because those trait stones take so long to grind out. So definitely recommended that you do that once you're able to. As far as upcoming events for the week, tomorrow, as I mentioned, we've got the Depths of Sin Faction Assault. And of course, I will be live streaming that, starting at about an hour after reset, so you can check the channel for that if you're interested. Then Wednesday, we've got the Beals Pet Rescue, and I'll also be doing the live stream for Team Building Roulette, which I do every Wednesday. Thursday, we have the Doomsayer class trial, and I'm planning to do a live stream then as well, thinking about Hollow Knight. And then this weekend, it may be a weekend off. It's an arena weekend. So that is what we have in store for the week. I will have a couple more videos coming out for you as soon as I can complete them. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you folks soon. Bye!